Welcome to the Bible Reading Journey, where we are traveling from Genesis to Revelation in a year. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you are just joining us, welcome to the journey. And just jump in where we are because it's never too late to start. Lighthouse Ministries is happy to be traveling this road with you. Today, we are on day number 86 of the Bible Reading Journey. Today's reading itinerary is the book of 2 Samuel, chapters 11 through 14. And you might want to pause here and first dive into today's reading for yourself. Then join us back here for thoughts about today's journey. Today's journey is titled, David's Tragic Downfall. As usual in the text notes, we have an outline of the book of 2 Samuel to guide us on our journey. Today we are on section 2 of the outline. In chapter 11 today, I'm not going to give a whole lot of details summarizing. You will definitely want to read about David's tragic downfall on your own if you haven't already. But chapter 11 is about David, Bathsheba, and Uriah. In this chapter, we read of David's idleness, temptation, lust, covetousness, position and power abuse, adultery, lies, deceit, murder, and cover-up. In contrast, we read of Uriah's honor and loyalty to his military mission. Check out the rest of those details in chapter 11. Chapter 12, we read about David, Nathan, and Joab. In this chapter, we read of Nathan's moral and spiritual rebuke to David, Joab's leadership rebuke to David, and David's response. Read chapter 12 for more of those details. In chapter 13, we read about Tamar, Amnon, and Absalom. In this chapter, we read of lust, rape, hate, and revenge. Read chapter 13 for more of those details. In chapter 14, our final chapter today, we read of Joab, David, and Absalom. In this chapter, we read of counsel and reconciliation. Beneath the surface of David's wealth, success, and fame, as the Daily Walk Bible puts it, was a spiritual slide from God prompted by an undisciplined life of passion, polygamy, and idle pleasure. It is hard to read about the tragic downfall of such a great leader of God's people and a man of God. Our takeaway today, no one is exempt from the danger of yielding to temptation. Plan ahead for what you will do when faced with temptation. Set yourself up for success, not failure, in the battle. The great danger comes in not acknowledging the possibility and not preparing a plan, and from relying on your own strength rather than God's strength to fight the battle. The challenge of the day comes from the Daily Walk Bible. Make a list titled, Things That Could Never Happen to Me. Include in that list choices and disasters that you feel certain you would never make and would never happen to you. Then reflect on these questions. What in your life is causing a spiritual slide away from God? Where are you ignoring danger signs? Finally, take your list titled Things That Could Never Happen to Me and scratch out the word never. You're left with a list of things that could happen to me. Leading us to our thought of the day that comes from the Daily Walk Bible. Tragedy could happen to you, just as it did to David, if you take your eyes off the Lord. Our memory verse of the day, actually 2 verses, memory verses of the day, comes from 1 Corinthians 10, verses 12 through 13. This is the NIV translation. So, if you think you are standing firm, be careful that you don't fall. No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind, and God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear, but when you are tempted, He will also provide a way out so that you can endure it. Amen. The text notes contain information on how to find us on YouTube, Facebook, and email. Happy travels today. See you next time. This is Lisa at Lighthouse. God bless.